Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Now, today is a pretty big video. Now, I'm going to be entirely honest with you guys. I don't think a lot of people in the gacha community are totally going to understand this game the way that a lot of people understand this game in other gacha games, because it is hard to play at the beginning of the game if you do not understand the concepts that they're using. Now, I just want to make this very clear for a lot of people because a lot of people are probably not going to understand this, but this particular game is using two of the most common systems in gacha games. Well, actually, three if you really take into consideration the cards too. One of those systems, right, is the level up system, which obviously level ups get more stats and stuff like that. You get the P Tech and you get the C Tech, which is like the cursed energy or the physical energy. Now, the difference is, right, is that there's this, and then there's also the grade system. The grade system people are probably not going to understand, and they're probably going to neglect the heck out of it. But I just want this to make this very known for new players in general. The fact that the grade system is the most important system in the entire game. If you guys have never played something like Marvel Strike Force or Star Wars Galactic Republic, this is that type of video game, dude. Like, this is actually that type of game where you have to collect the gear, you have to unlock the nodes, you have to obtain these through these different nodes within the sector, giving you up to this particular stuff. Now, I did spend a little bit of energy. I spent quite a bit of diamonds actually to get these guys to where they're at right now. And my main team is these guys right here. My Nanami, my Toto, my Doctor, and my Defender. Now, the difference is I'm going to give you guys the secret to the game. All right. So, first things first, attacker. You want one attacker who's going to just be very broken. You want your support to be very broken after. So it's attacker first, support second, defender third. If you want to, you could go attacker, support, attacker. If you know that your attacker, that your defender doesn't really do that kind of job of pulling enemies, I think characters like Panda do that type of defense thing where they provoke damage taken. No, no, no. I think provoke is right here. Applies draw attack to self. This is provoking. This is that type of character that will do that. But obviously, we want to use SRs and SSRs. We don't want to use anything else. Like Rs, I don't think it's gonna help that much because the actual change in difference between the characters is pretty massive. So that's pretty big. All right. A lot of people are probably like, Koi, why are you being so like you're slapping us in the face with this stuff? And it's because I really want people to understand where I'm going from here because this is very complicated. This is such a complicated system. And then, okay, next we have the recollection bits, which is an entirely different system. And as you can see, this stuff requires multiple different, uh, abilities and different currencies from a completely different system. And it's because they require you to do a lot of farming. There's going to be a lot of different farming systems you guys got to pay attention to, and we're going to go over those today. I just wanted to make sure to let you guys know that I did, even after spending so many actual like tokens to get this far in the story. The only reason I did that was because I focused entirely on gearing up my entire team. I need to gear up my entire team to gear 5, and I did. I geared them all up to gear 5. If you check it out, you can go up to level 70. I check my Nanami. Hang on. I have to like hold it down. You can go up to level 70. This is gear 5 right now. Gear 60. I think it's because here it's different for SRs, obviously. Oh no, I just forgot to take her to gear 5. But obviously, it is going to take this type of like stuff. As you can see, you're going to have to focus on these. Then after that, you kind of have to focus on getting these again. And then you got to spend a little bit. You can spend on getting like wasting these on that. But honestly, if you get far enough, chill. Because there's a lot of this point in the story where there's like just a bunch of like you getting returns for every single bit of work that you just did. And you could be like spending money and stuff like that. You could be a spender, but look at how many story nodes there are. Like there's story nodes all over this thing. So there's story nodes right here. These books, all they equal is just free money. Free money. Free money. This is all after defeating the biggest hurdle, and the biggest hurdle in the game is Mahito in this entire sector right here. So after defeating Mahito, oh my god, what happened? Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. Oh, my game crashed. Give me like 5 seconds, real quick. Okay, I'm back. Quick tip for BlueStacks players, for people that want to play this on PC, make sure you do not do frame rates above 60. Just keep it at the normal frame rate because then all your apps will crash. Let's not worry about that. But let's go ahead and dip into the other thing which I was talking about, which was the fact that I do have 3,000 to spend on gacha, and I will spend my 3,000 on gacha right now on the Phantom Parade banner because I need more than a bonus chance on Yuji. No offense, but I'm going to get into this tidbit, and people are going to be very upset with me because of the way that I talk about this part. And it's because I don't care too much for Yuji. Out of all the other characters in the game, I do not. Because keep in mind, this Yuji does not have it doesn't have that type of thing, man. It just has he's just basic Yuji, man. And this is not going to help you go super far in the game when domain expansions are pretty much key. You know what I mean? You want a character with domain expansions. We got 3 SSRs, by the way, on this beautiful, beautiful run. All right, another SSR right here. Purifying duties, love it, love it, love it. All right, we got two. We got two. My bad. So the first one ended up showing up at the beginning. Very, very cool. Nameless Youth. This one gives me physical technique. All right, very, very cool. A lot of these are very, very specific, so you do have to read them quite a bit. A lot of people are probably like, hey, but I don't understand why this one is better than others for this specific character. It literally just has to do with a more complicated aspect of the physical and cursed damage aspect of the game. So, like for instance, Nanami is a cursed base user more than he is a damage based user. So I would never put a physical card on this guy. Why would I ever put a physical card on this guy when he's literally cursed based? So if he's cursed based, I'm not going to harm this dude by putting a physical card on him. I'm just going to let him do his thing. All right. So do take that into consideration. He is my horse. This dude is the dude who's pretty much going all in for me. Now the difference is with Toto. Toto actually is a fully physical character. And I do love that about Toto because it does make sense. He's a little bit of a hybrid, though, you could tell because of the difference between the stats. So you could possibly throw in one of those physical cards on Toto, and it wouldn't bother him too much. It really just comes down to where does the character really feel. Now, this is where the drastic difference between the characters becomes massive, and that has to physically do with the character being more into cursed energy than it is into physical damage. Now, this is where you really need to be careful who you give what to because the buffs are incredibly based off of physical damage or cursed damage. And these are the only two things you need to worry about, okay? Not anything else. Health, defense, everything else, evasion, yeah, let that ride. But this is where you need to behave and pay attention because just stacking on any type of card is not going to help you. This is where you really, really, really need to focus. And a lot of players really mess out on this part because I see them struggling. I see them because they're putting fully physical cards. Like I saw a 6-star physical card on freaking on over here on Nanami, and dude was struggling on the end game content. I mean, not the end game content, but like the harder content in the game at like level 50. And it was because you were boosting the wrong thing. You're trying to get the crits off, but this dude doesn't do physical damage. He does critical damage. You know what I mean? And it's like you need to, I mean, not critical, cursed energy damage. He is a critical cursed energy based unit. Now, criticals are completely different. I do have to add that. Criticals are completely different, hence why my team is built the way it is. She can enhance criticals, she can enhance criticals, he can enhance criticals, and he uses criticals to do the most cursed energy damage ever. So, yes, pay attention to those things because this is what's going to help you build your character. Now, let's talk about the farming process. The farming process are three different things: cursed energy, enhancement quests, and main story. Now, cursed objects are going to be far more important because, like I said, this is a gear based system. So, gear based systems are going to make you actually focus on getting these characters geared up and to that next level before actually focusing on levels because they give you bonus stats for getting there to begin with. You need to pay attention to these things because if you don't, you're going to miss out the fact that your dudes can't get to level 70 because all of a sudden, like, they don't have a high enough grade. You know what I mean? This is really rough. And grade is locked behind the story mode. This is the way that gear games work. They are locked behind story mode. So do pay attention to that. I swear, please pay attention to that because story mode is going to be so key for you to get further and further into the game. It's going to be like really, really, really big on getting further into the game. There's only so many like ways that I could really say that. Now, whenever it comes down to the events, I've not touched the events as much as I would like to touch everything else, but it literally is just another version of the story quest. The only difference is the prize pool is completely different because the prize pool requires you to kind of go for one thing and then kind of move up and up and up and up. After you kind of get that one thing, you go further, you go further, you go further, you go further, and you kind of get those copies, and then you're like, okay, now you can get some extra stuff and extra stuff at that, and you use these bits to get that stuff. So it's either you get lucky or you don't get lucky. You kind of move on to the next prize pool and you do the event quest for it. It is based off of our energy, hence why I wanted to save this stuff for last because I wanted to build my team up first. Obviously, we are not going to know what the end of this is going to be until after we kind of get there. But if you guys really, really want to know, then I will totally drop those videos for you guys. I'll totally let you dudes know the fact that this needs to be known, that this is a completely different game that a lot of people thought it would be. This is not just a basic turn-based game. This is not just a basic turn-based game with um, elements and stuff like that. This is literally gear-based as well. Gear-based matters quite a bit, and also skill-based. Skill-based and gear-based are very huge in this game. Obviously, I've not gotten to skills yet, so I can't really tell you about skills yet. But from the amount of literal skill based games I know, whenever it comes down to like games like how do you say it? Games like how do you say it? Marvel Strike Force and stuff like that, this is very huge. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. If you guys want to see more videos on this game, I would love to, because this game is very cool, very unique compared to the actual genre. And I hope to see you guys later on. Take it easy and peace.